I wanted to talk about how come you're not monetizing? Honestly, I know so many experts who prioritize their version of visibility, right? So for many experts that I know, from their perspective, being visible looks like posting content, creating content in Canva, right? Posting it. And for some of you all, it could be, doing interviews, speaking on stages or whatnot, but you're not monetizing. Like, you're not getting leads. Your opportunities are not creating more opportunities for you. And clients may be coming in, but they may not be coming in the way that you want them to. So I want to talk about this because visibility by itself is just not enough. Like, if you're going to be visible, then there absolutely needs to be a monetization plan attached or connected or aligned with your visibility. Okay. And so you might be wondering, you might be thinking that something in your process or something in your system is broken, but really it could just be your sales strategies and not knowing how to monetize your IP. What I do, I work with a lot of experts who are successful in their own right? But then when it comes to writing books, when it comes to packaging and monetizing their IP, then that's a learning curve, and they're not always able to immediately monetize in that way. And so they enlist help. And so if you are new to me, my name is Jasmine Womack, and I work with experts and entrepreneurs, and I help them write their vision and transform their IP into signature books and profitable businesses through writing signature books or thought leadership books, creating signature talks, and creating signature offers. All right. And so tonight I want to talk about why visibility without a revenue plan is exhausting and how you can fix it. All right. Let me see if I can pull this over here. I think this is a better. I had it down below. This is a much better angle. All right. So a lot of experts believe that if they're seen or if they're out on Front Street, then the money's going to follow. Now, I will say that anybody that has probably earned over $150,000 in their businesses know that this isn't the case. You know that, by the time you reach six figures, going towards multiple six figures, you know that visibility by itself is not enough. But oftentimes, experts who have not reached the six-figure point in their businesses yet are focusing on creating content without having a monetization strategy attached to their content creation. And so you know that you're stuck in this particular rut if you are posting, but you're not getting clients, you're not getting leads, you're not getting applications, you're not getting requested book calls. People are not necessarily DMing you. You know that you are in this, you fall into this category if you're constantly speaking for free. Like, people are not coming to you and saying, I already know how much I know that you charge, but how much, right? Like, if people are just expecting you to speak for free, then you might be trapped in this rut. And if you are one of the experts who are feeling like that best kept secret, and you're feeling like you're doing the work, but enough people don't know about you and you're not getting paid at the level of your expertise, then you probably are falling into this rut. Okay. And so the truth of the matter is that visibility without monetization is like shooting in a stadium with no table, right? It's like shooting in a stadium with no merchandise table. Being visible without a monetization strategy is like having a picture, but not having a frame to put it in. It's like, it's just there, right? It literally is just there. Okay. And so what we want to do and what I want to share with you all tonight, I want to share some strategies with you to help you to start transitioning to that space of monetization. Now, this is for those of you all who have not reached $150,000 annually in your business yet. If you've reached over $150,000 in your business, then I have different strategies for you. Okay. But this is for those of you all who probably are stuck somewhere between 25 and 150K. Like, you're trying to get to that next money milestone. So there are three things that you need when you want to transition from just creating content to actually monetizing. Now your content can be your social media content. This can be you speaking. This can be books that you're writing. Like, I think about a book as not just a product, but as content as well. There are 3 core elements that you're going to need when you want to monetize successfully. So the first element that you need is your message, because before you can start getting to the monetization, before you can even start getting to the marketing, your messaging has to be intact. So my question to you is your book, is your current or future book idea clear? Is it specific? And can it be monetized? Because a lot of people write books, but a lot of people write books that they can't sell. A lot of people write books that they cannot monetize on the back end. And the worst thing that you can do, like, having a book itself is not a key to becoming published and paid. Having a book by itself does not ensure that you're going to become a 7-figure bestseller. It just does not. It just does not. I saw somebody's book. Matter of fact, it was so bad. Like, the cover design was beautiful, but the title was awful. Like, it was so bad that I screenshot it. I cannot remember it off the top of my head. It's somewhere in my photos. But all I could think about is, like, this person has a PhD. I believe it was a legitimate one. I will say that because, you know, it's a lot of folks out here talking about their doctor such and such, and they don't have actual doctoral credentials, ain't even spent an evening in a book or writing a research report. But that's a different topic for another day. The book itself and the cover design was beautiful, but that title and what the book was about, I was like, baby, you are not going to be able to sell this book anywhere out that's not on social media. You're not going to be able to sell this book anywhere to anybody that's not a family or a friend or a current supporter. Like, and that's where people get it mixed up, because oftentimes when it comes to your initial book launch, you'll have some sales from your warm market, from people who know you, from people who are already supporting you. But once your initial sales go off, leave, and you start to hear crickets, that's when the real work starts. And that's when you will really truly know whether or not you actually have a product that is monetizable. And unfortunately, because there is little to no barrier to entry in the self-publishing space, anyone can go online and create a self-published book and take it through Amazon and KDP without any type of strategy or nothing, and create something. And oftentimes, and unfortunately, most people who write books have no knowledge of marketing. They have no knowledge of sales. They just want to write. And so they end up writing something and creating a book based off of their own vantage point, right? And it's not going to sell to anybody else. Not in the long run. And it's not going to make the type of money we like to make over here. So if your book is speaking to everybody, you can't sell it to anybody. If your book title is not crystal clear, and if you are writing a signature book or a thought leadership book and you have a title but no subtitle, you don't have a back cover synopsis, like, you are destroying your ability to monetize your book. If your book cover looks janky, you are destroying your ability to monetize your book. So we have to, like, really hone in on your message. Your message is the clarity with who you're talking to. Your messaging is the images that you use. Your messaging is the vocabulary that you use as well. All of it works together to either attract or repel opportunities and ideal clients. All right. The second element that you need when you want to monetize your visibility is that you absolutely need an offer. Okay. You need an aligned offer. So I'm actually going to take you through creating an offer or refining an offer for those of you all who already have offers. If you're not generating the type of income that you want, 9 times out of 10, your messaging or your offer needs to be refined. And more often than not, when I'm working with experts who already have offers, you have too many things that you're trying to do all at one time. And you're using convoluted language to try to explain it, thinking that more sophisticated or more evolved language is going to make you seem deeper or more professional, but really it's just making people not understand you, which is pushing the dollars away too. Okay, so what you need is a high value offer that is aligned to your book. Here's the thing. Most people who are actually monetizing the book, they're not just making book sales. They're not just making money off of the book sales. They're making money from their book funnel and being able to funnel prospects from their book into their back end offers. So having a book by itself isn't a business, of course, unless you are trying to just become a full-time author. And most experts and entrepreneurs who I know and who I work with are not trying to do that. Okay. And the third element that you need is you absolutely need to understand and you need to map your client journey. When I say map your client journey, that means that if I bought your book today, if I was to go to your website, if I was to go to your checkout page, right? And I purchased your book, or I was getting ready to purchase your book, what would be the next step? What's going to happen next? I purchased your book and then what? What's going to be the next step? What's going to be the next step for me? And how would I know what to buy next? This is why it's so important for you to map your customer journey so that you can understand the journey that someone takes from the time they enter your ecosystem to the time they become a customer, then a client, and then they're on retainer. Okay, so these are 3 elements that you need when you want to monetize your visibility.